Hey everyone, welcome back to part 2 of Formicid Earth Elementalist, or FOE. I'm Ultraviolent 4. At the end of the last episode, we started worshipping Ru, who's telling us to cut away our false body. We can have a look at what Ru does with... I've already forgotten the name for it. Shift 6. It's the hat. I know the name. I got told earlier. Anyway, so these are the things Ru can do. At 1 pip of piety, you get an aura of power that intimidates your foes. That can cause enemies to flinch and effectively waste a turn when they go to attack you. And it can also cause enemies to redirect their attacks and spells. So they might hit another enemy or they might even hit themselves. The chance of that increases with your piety. I think I've got it somewhere. The falter part goes up to 10% at max piety and redirecting up to 5%. So it's basically, you can think of it like you're reducing all of your incoming damage by 15%, which is pretty strong just on its own. At 2 pips of piety, your aura then strikes those who harm you. Basically, it can give detrimental status effects to any enemy that hurts you. It can include things like confusion or paralysis even, if you're lucky. At 3 pips of piety, you get draw out power. That allows you to get rid of some bad status effects like petrification and confusion, and it also restores your HP and your MP, giving you health and mana back. At 4 pips of piety, you get power leap, which allows you to jump, and you can hurt enemies in the area around where you jump. But what's really interesting about this one is it works even on a Formicid. So whereas you can't normally blink, with Ru, you can kind of blink. It's like a pseudo blink. But anyway, it gives you a semi-blink as a Formicid where you otherwise wouldn't have one. And finally, at 5 pips of piety, says you can wreak a terrible... you can do terrible things to your foes. How about that? That's Apocalypse. It does massive amounts of damage to every single enemy you can see, and anything you don't kill, it will do bad status effects too. So even if you don't quite get everything, you probably almost did, and then there's a good chance that they're just paralyzed afterwards. Cool. So before I picked up Ru, I was saying how, as a Formicid, you want to pick, or at least it's very strong or smart to pick gods that give you good panic buttons. So with Ru and Formicid, there are a few. The power leap we sort of spoke about can let you blink out of situations, whereas as a normal Formicid, say you got trapped somewhere where you were surrounded by enemies, your only recourse would be to shaft. And if you're on the bottom floor of a branch, you couldn't do that. So you'd be stuck fighting, whereas with power leap, you could still jump out of it. There are 2 others, although one of them you might not think about it, or it might not have occurred to you, and that is draw out power. I think that Ru never really gets thought of as a mage god, or even really a hybrid god. I feel like most players think of it as more of a melee god, but draw out power gives you back magic points. So even if you're a caster, when you run out of mana, draw out power giving you mana back is really strong. But yeah, I think probably, I'd say generally just from the people I've seen play Ru that draw out power gets underused quite a bit, but even if you just use it as a heal wounds ability, it's quite strong. And then finally, Apocalypse is a great panic button. It's kind of the opposite of what we're doing. So in our general everyday and day job, we're trying to be stealthy. We're going to try to pass wall, sneak up on things and stab them. Whereas With Apocalypse, it's the complete opposite. We're going to go as loud as possible. We're going to blow everything up and announce our presence unequivocally. But yeah, it's really good. Say we get shafted into the Orcish Mines 2, right into the middle of the vault, we'll just blow them all up. If we can get our piety that high by then. The way that Rue's piety works is periodically he'll offer you a choice of 3 different sacrifices, and you can reject those if you want. He'll then take longer to give you the next one. But basically, as you make those sacrifices, depending on how significant Rue considers that sacrifice, you get piety. And then, yeah, we'll see it as we get there. But Rue's abilities don't actually use piety. Mostly, they work on exhaustion. Cool, let's do it. So there's nothing we have to train. We're kind of not making use of our +2 invocation skill, which is a bit of a shame, but not a big deal. It's not like because Formicid is good at invocations, you have to pick an invocations god. Alright, let's go. I'm going to try to see if we can pass wall, although this looks like a pack of orcs, so maybe that's not so clever, but I want to. We can pass wall back out. Oh, it's double priest. Okay, so they don't get to wake up because we pass wall through and it's effectively instant. So we do get to stab this guy. Okay, they woke up. One has seen us, one has not. We could pass wall back through, but I think the better play would be to just step around this corner, and we'd even go back down into temple, or we could pass wall this way. Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, good. I was hoping that this would be a thick wall so that we could make this little kill hole here, and now we can fight these things one at a time. If they can even find us again. I'm hoping they don't. Okay, good. Alright, well, they seem to have all dispersed everywhere. This Orc Priest has no armor at all, so it will die to Sandblast. Conjurations to 2. Maybe we'll alert it. No, we got an instant smite for our troubles, but we alerted it with the blowgun there. Okay, excellent. Stealth to 5, spellcasting to 4. We're going to keep doing spellcasting for a while because we're trying to get LRD. Actually, we only need 1 more spell level. I lied. So we don't need that much more, I guess. I don't know. Let's set a spellcasting target of maybe 8. That seems like probably enough for the moment. I mean, yeah. That's basically doubling the skill we have at the moment, but still. Let's see. Once we get conjurations to 3, where I'll feel more comfortable about our stone arrow failure, we'll start doing some transmutation and some more earth, and we'll get petrify online. There's Mencure, who's seen us at full screen. So Mencure is terrifying. He has Symbol of Torment, which torments you, can halve your HP, but in addition, he can hit for up to 25 damage and can haste himself. So even if he didn't have Torment, he'd still be terrifying. But having both of those together means that he's not an enemy that you ever want to mess around with. We happen to be fortunate enough that we found a potion of lignification. Tree form makes you immune to torment, so we could fight him that way. If that weren't the case, and we didn't have Lig yet, I don't know, we'd probably be in a lot of trouble, because as a Formicid, all we can do is walk away. And if Mencure ever hastes himself, then you're not really walking away. Not very well, anyway. So, I don't think I even want to mess around and see if he's gonna torment us. I think we just quaff the Lig. Our strongest play against him is to use the Wand of Flame. We'll XV him again. Here. Susceptible to fire. So, yeah. A Wand of Flame, if you're lucky enough to have one, will make pretty short work of him. Also, let's see. doesn't really have good AC, so that's the other play that we'd go with, I guess. As a mummy, he's immune to poison, so our blowgun and our dagger wouldn't really do much. What would we do if we didn't have League? I don't know. Maybe we just try to pass wall through these walls and just hope that we could get away from him with our stealth. I was thinking, the one thing that's concerning me here is there is a lot of unexplored territory here. If we become a tree and some other dangerous monster comes, we'll be stuck as a tree and unable to move. I think that's okay. Is it? I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, and so we're just gonna shoot wands of flame. So we are unlucky to have found a D5 Mencure, but very lucky in that we have both League and that wand. Level 8. That lets us do LRD. Excellent. Okay. Let's learn that. We're using our spell library backwards, so rather than continually having to hide every new spell we have, I'm instead hiding the spells that we potentially want to learn. So we need to, first of all, unhide it, and then we need to go memorize it. I'm going to put that on W. Cool. LRD is really strong because it's smite targeted, but it's going to be a little while. We're going to have to train a fair bit of earth for that. It's at 34% to fail at the moment. And I guess we just wait. There's not much we can do as a tree. We're still a stealthy tree, I think. That's a Norse Sergeant with a Spear of Piercing. Petrify is so high to fail. You can see how strong it is. It's almost well, it is. It's a 46% chance to get it. I was going to say almost 50%, and then change my mind. I'm going to yell to try to bring them to our kill hole here. And I'll show you on the next one, but I realized that these kill holes I've been digging. Oh, I didn't mean to walk towards him. I meant to hit X first to XV him. He's got a ring mail. That's not too scary. But I've realized that the kill holes I've been digging are not very good ones. Maybe we'll put some poison on him, and then we'll go with the stones. The sandblast isn't really doing anything, so I think let's go stone arrow. Yeah, that works better. Okay, good. There's our conjurations up to 3. We're gonna go back upstairs to heal first. Okay, and then we'll look at our spells. I think we focus both transmutations and earth. Transmutations will help our passwall a little bit, which always seems to fail, so that would be helpful. But more importantly, it's half of Petrify. And I mean, if we ever find statue form and become a statue ant, which I'm not going to rule out, it will be good there too. Let's say we'll take transmutations to about 5, and we'll take earth magic to 10. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That Norse Sergeant had a wand, it looks like. I'm happy we didn't get shot by it, whatever it was. There are a couple of different wands that enemies can't use because they're considered too dangerous, but acid is not included among them. And it was, what was it? A random effects wand. Okay, yeah, enemies won't. Don't they? I feel like enemies do use that, but maybe not. That's an Ogre Wanderer. It ran away before I could XV it, so I don't know if it has spells or not. Flame Tongue, Gel's Gravitas, and Blink. Alright. That's a bit of a worry. Any ghost with Blink is hard enough. How do we fight that? Can we fight that? Hits her up to 11 damage. So it's really just his Flame Tongue that's a big deal. Well, we can go fight him on the stairs. Back upstairs. Ghosts, of course, can't follow you back upstairs. So we can see maybe Stone Arrow. He has no AC. He's probably, well, he's an ogre. He would have almost certainly just been in robes. Oh, he's gonna blink everywhere. That's okay. Our Sandblast is doing pretty good damage. Come here. Got him. Okay. and we got a whole bunch of different things off that. Transmutations gained 2 levels to level 3. Earth Magic went to 7, Stealth to 6. That right there brought Petrify down to 22%. That's good. I don't think we really need Tomahawks. If we want to throw things, we'll do Poison Needles. We don't have any stones to cast with. Okay, so we ran out of stones. I didn't notice we were dropping so low. I might have slowed down our use of that a bit. Oops. Okay. It's more mana efficient to use Stone Blast over Stone Arrow or Sand Blast, but if you run out of stones, that's kind of moot. Oh, yeah, wait. We sent someone. We sent 2 people here. Okay, so we'll Passwall through. Worker and Zombie, which we stabbed and did not kill. Okay, this is telling me, let's go more in on our level up. This is telling me that maybe we need a bit of short blades. That's alright, we'll wait a tiny bit. We'll get Petrify down to be castable first, and then we'll do a bit of short blades. The amount of stab damage you do is split between your stealth skill and your short blade skill. So even just training a little bit of short blades can really boost your stab damage. I mean, stab damage is insane either way. So you don't need to worry about that unless you are actually failing to kill things. But we did fail to kill that, so that's not a great sign. What did I want to show you? Or something? Already forgotten. Oh well. We're sensing some monsters over here. Let's see, what's our spell power look like on Passwall? 3 stars. And also, note Petrify. As we train more transmutations, that power is going to go up. And it's going to increase our chances of hexing enemies. But yeah, as our Passwall power increases, which it's also going to do with transmutations, it's going to allow us to go through more deeper walls. So let's see, can we get through 2 tiles now? We can, okay. That's relevant because as we were digging directly behind monsters 1 tile away, they were starting to wake up. But if we can Passwall 2 tiles... Oh, okay, that didn't work. Quick, into the wall. I thought there was a 2 tile thing there, it was only 1. But anyway, yeah, as we gain the ability to do 2 tiles with our Passwalls, fewer enemies will wake up. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh boy. That's an ice beast. Okay, it hasn't seen us. I'm quickly going to get out of vision and let's see if we can set up the Passwall. So we know we can go at least 2 tiles. So we're going to go up to this point. I'd rather be on the right of it than the left because if we need to retreat, to the left is unknown territory. To the right, we know roughly where we're going. I mean, what enemies are in here? No, that's not true. There could be all sorts of dangerous enemies in there, so I'd rather not risk it. Okay, let's see. This is 3. This is actually 3. Can we get through 3? Let's see. No, so we have to do 2. We didn't kill it. Okay, that's the issue. The fact that we need to get short blades. Alright, so it worked, but we didn't kill it. Our stealth plus short blades isn't enough. Alright, so what do we do here? It can do 5 damage plus 15 extra cold, so it can hit us for 25 for, oh my god. 5 plus 15, that's 20. Would you believe that I have an engineering degree? Anyway, so it would take multiple attacks to kill us. We could start stone arrowing it, and if it hits us, then we'll have to start running around to heal up again. We can't poison and kite because they're resistant to poison. And let's see. Petrify is a 50-50 chance. I think that's worth a shot. 17% chance to fail and then 53% to actually land. That's worth. Okay, and we got it. Alright, so Petrify, how does that work? First of all, we see the ice beast is moving slowly. It takes 3 to 4 turns for something to become petrified. So while it's slowing down, we're just going to kite it. Okay, there we go, and now it's being petrified. Alright, good. Monsters that are petrified have a bit of extra damage reduction, but you can do full damage stabs against them. As in, you do your full damage stab and then it's reduced a bit. That's a relatively recent thing in Crawl to the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 versions, I want to say. Once upon a time, there used to be 5 or 6 different categories of stabs you could get. You could get confused stabs, petrify stabs, paralyzed stabs, distracted stabs, netted stabs, I don't know, millions of different stabs. But now there are only 2. There's basically confused or paralyzed. And due to that, this petrify stabbing is much more legit because you're getting the top tier 1 as if it's a paralyzed enemy. I will talk to you about that later. Alright, so we can now just walk up to him and then just stab him to death. Cool. But yeah, we kind of need more short blades. We're going to read that scroll immediately. It's blinking, which is useless to us. Okay, can we train more things? I think we can. Petrify is... Yeah. Let's just turn short blades on. You don't even need that much to get a dagger to Mindilate. It's only 10 skill, which is really not much. So I think there's a good chance that we actually just train that up. And while these enemies are approaching us, we may as well petrify them. Got him. Yeah, okay, that's good. Our ogre. Let's see. Maybe we'll poison him a bit? No, we should be just trying to petrify him. And we got him. Good. You see, it takes us a few stabs to get him because of our lack of short blades. But we get there in the end. Oh, there's Ijib. Okay, this is terrifying. So, Ijib always has a wand now. Fortunately, paralysis wands won't just kill us like it might other characters. There are no more lightning wands, so she doesn't have that anymore. But she might have the acid. She's got a leather armor. That's another buff. She always has an armor now. Let's see. Our petrify is 63% chance to get her. I think that's good enough. Oh, but is it? Because as she's being petrified, those few turns she can get us. I think it's worth trying. Okay, resisted. Zaps a wand. It's puff of flame. Okay, so it's not one of the super scary ones. We've only got 2 more chances to get her though. Okay, we got her. Alright, so quick, we run in while she's slowing down. Yeah, okay. Got lucky with the flame wand and not one of the super murder ones. Disintegration can be really nasty too. Alright, and also that we found her on D5. She can spawn from D3 when you have significantly lower HP. I'm trying to think, how are we going to passwall this monster? It's a centaur. Okay, that's alright. We can just stand next to the centaur. When we're adjacent, he's not going to fire in melee, and then just hit with stone arrows. Once we're fully adjacent the centaur, rather than petrifying and waiting for it to kick in, I think we're better off just killing it. Hey, 25 stones. Okay, now we can stone blast again. I feel greedy. Our stealth's kind of getting up there a bit. Just sneak up on that ant. It's so unnecessary. I don't know. Ooh, okay. Alright, this is a bit scarier. Unfortunately, that Orc Warrior is not next to a wall, so we don't get to Passwall onto him. We could Passwall that out of there. And that one. This rock feels extremely deep. Okay, interesting. So that must be the wall, which is the right side of whatever room that is. That's pretty sick. Yeah, well that actually demonstrates pretty well the thing that I was alluding about before, where I was not digging my kill holes optimally. So when I was digging them before, I do my little kill hole pattern, and then what I said is, I completely dug out. I like to then dig out of it so that I'm not trapped in it. But really, because we've got Passwall, to get through the last tile or two, I think when I'm finishing one off, I'm better off leaving one tile of wall, because it means, say we're running away from an enemy, chases us into our kill hole, we get all the way to the end, we can still escape with a Passwall, but then the enemy can't follow us. So it's like a guaranteed escape. So that's how I'm going to dig kill holes from now on, leaving us one tile of rock wall still there. I mean, how afraid am I of an Orc Warrior? Petrify chance 55%. It's not bad. No, we didn't get in. Okay, we got in that time. He wasn't paralyzed yet. No, our problem is we have to fight through these orcs to get to him. And in those turns that we're fighting these random orcs, the Petrify might wear off, so I don't want to do that. He's probably in here somewhere. There he is, full screen. Okay, we got him. Let's not walk into halberd range until it wears off. Okay, good, pretty strong. Wand of Clouds is amazing, and if we weren't already training 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different spells, I might be tempted to do evocations. It's one of those ones that's probably worth it, or at least might make you think about it, because higher evocation skills gives you more powerful clouds. Well man, we can't even kill a phantom. Yeah, our stabbing damage is not good enough. Oh yeah, okay, we should mark that. Okay, well, we've just been offered our first sacrifice. What I'm talking about is the teleport trap. So this is something that I really don't like about auto explore at the moment, but I'm going to exclude it because we're a Formicid with stasis. We can't be teleported. Auto explore just does not care about teleport traps and will walk over them. And with a single use one like this, it will then disappear. Whereas I'd much prefer to have it there as some sort of tool that we could potentially bait monsters into walking onto and teleporting them away from us. Then yeah, just have auto explore go onto it. So I'm excluding it, so now auto explore won't go into that tile. Alright, you see your sacrifices with A, and we've got 3 here. Sacrifice an eye, sacrifice a hand, and sacrifice health, or we can reject them. Alright, so what have we got? Sacrificing an eye causes you to have a harder time hitting targets, as if wearing an amulet of inaccuracy. That is the case for both weapons and spells. If they're targeted, so for instance, if we were just meleeing things with our dagger of venom, it would be like we had an accuracy. Or if we were trying to shoot stone arrows, it would too. But things that aren't targeted, it won't matter. So this is making me think. Petrify doesn't care about accuracy, it's hex. LRD doesn't care. It can't miss, it's an AoE explosion on a wall. And the other thing is that if something is petrified, that is, it's paralyzed and can't move, you cannot miss. So we wouldn't care then. Alright, our other sacrifices. Oh, and also, when we see it here, it tells you Ru considers it a significant sacrifice, so it would take us to 1 piety if we got rid of an eye. We could sacrifice a hand. This is interesting. So, for most species, sacrificing a hand means you lose the ability to have shields and 1 fewer ring. Formicid is a little bit different because in effect you have 3 hands. You can use a shield and a 2-handed weapon. It makes you go down to 1. So you can still use a shield with this, but it's like becoming a normal species again. You can use a shield and a 1-handed weapon rather than the dream of a shield and a 2-handed weapon. So that's interesting too, because I was just thinking, you never want to do this as a Formicid. It's a no-brainer to use a shield, but maybe this is interesting because we could still use a shield, and using 1-handed weapons like the dagger, or even it would let us go up to a long blade if we wanted to go that way. That would still probably be fine. And this is an incredible sacrifice. It would take us straight to 3 pips of piety, which would unlock draw power. So that's interesting too. And then finally, sacrifice health. You see here in brackets it says frail. So it's going to give us minus 10% HP. That's an incredible sacrifice as well, which will take us to 2. So yeah. I could see all 3 of these being possible. I think having 1 level of frail, minus 10% HP, is not a huge deal. It's not... I mean, you don't love ever being frail, but it's not... I want to say it's not so significant that it kills you, but I'm sure it kills you sometimes because you might have lived through some sort of spike damage. You met Nicola and he chain lightninged you for 100 damage or something. But yeah, I think I'm leaning towards sacrificing a hand. When I first saw sacrifice an eye and hand, both of those, I thought my first instinct was, what? I'm never doing that. But yeah, our kind of unique character as a Formicid Earth Elementalist makes both of those kind of more possible. I think going to 3 pips of piety is really strong. So my general strategy with Ru is to try to do really significant sacrifices as quickly as you can to get your piety up really highly. Because your abilities don't have any piety costs, if you just get the piety from really big sacrifices, then you can just spam the abilities. So yeah, I'm thinking we can still use a shield, we just can't use a shield and 2-handed weapons. But that's fine, we're not going to be a melee Formicid with a shield and a battle axe. So yeah, let's do it. We're going to do a hand. Let me just read it again just to make sure. You lose the ability to use shields and to be able to do 1 fewer ring. I think that's the standard description. I'm pretty sure this is making me doubt myself. I'd say about 80 to 90% sure that as a Formicid, if we sacrifice a hand, we can still use a shield and a 1-handed weapon. Yeah, I'm going to do it. We might get... There's no way. There's no way. Okay, we do that. We lose a hand. And we go up to 3 pips of piety. So we now have our aura that will potentially make all enemies falter, and it can give them bad statuses when they affect us. And we get draw out power. So the way that it works is it gives you exhaustion for a little while. So you can't just spam heal every turn. You have to wait for the exhaustion to wear off. And draw out power also gives you a slight skill drain, but it's really not much. Okay, that's cool. That's a big boost. This is our first ring. We've got remove curse, so we can put that on safely. It's resist corrosion. I wonder if we can still wear 2 rings as a Formicid. I don't know. I'm really not sure how this works. We'll discover together. I'm going to read this scroll. It's summoning. That's a bit of a shame that we wasted that one. Scorpion. Alright. Let's dig into the wall. Time for our Passwall strats. That's 2 tiles. Alright, let's go. It's so good. It's so good. Just check. We haven't seen a shield. I'm sure my eyes would light up if we ever did see a shield. We can see invis, so we're not afraid of him going invis. And pretty much, there are very few monsters in the early game that have significant amounts of MR. So we're going to be able to petrify a lot of things fairly comfortably. Oh, you're against the wall. That is a mistake, my friend. Not that one. Oh yeah, no, that one. That's 3 tiles? Yeah. What am I doing? Oh, okay, I know why. There's an ability, okay, this is new as of, I haven't played a Formicid since this happened. So you have the ability to turn your dig on, where you retract your mandibles, and then you extend them. Okay, other way around. You always could extend your mandibles, but now you can retract them using the same ability again. I've never played with the retraction bit, so I'm used to just every time I dig, just to make sure it's on, I press AF, but now it's going to turn it off. So I need to get used to that. We're going to check this staircase up. So potentially it might be on our optimal orb run path. And we're just going to keep petrifying stuff. This is the plan. There's transmutations to 5. Petrify is at 11%. Let's see. With LRD still red at 16%, I don't mind doing Earth on its own. No, I think it's... yeah, more power from transmutations helps us hex things. Let's turn transmutations on for a little bit more. And by a little bit, I mean a fair bit more. We'll take it to 8. That's this floor. Onto D7. That is terrifying. As a Formicid, you don't get to do too much about things being next to a stair. That's bad luck. So we go back up. Let's see. He has a dire flail. We get a 60% chance to affect him. The other thing I could do is to... I could start digging through the wall either way to get them one at a time, rather than... say I start trying to petrify this Orc Warrior. The Orc Wizard has a 30% chance to confuse us, if that's in the Wizard's spellbook. Could have any one of these 3, I don't know. But the point is that it could hex us while we're doing this. Or I could passwall through and probably escape. I'm trying to think. We've got draw up power if we get hit really hard here, so I think we can have several goes. Yeah. It doesn't, there's no mana cost on draw up power either, which is part of why it's actually pretty good for a mage, getting your mana back. I think we can try to petrify it, and then if things go wrong, we'll start thinking about... change my mind. We're going to dig first, so that if things go bad, we can draw up power and walk away. Okay, now we'll petrify. Oh yeah, okay, it really hurts. 20 damage plus its flail. Does the dire flail really do that much? Apparently. 13 damage. So he's doing 33 damage. He can 2-shot us. So we actually do need to start kiting him. We can't... if we took another max roll here, and then he random energied us, we could die. Okay, well now we've got a gap, so we'll try again. Got him. Let's kite him till he paralyzes. Okay, good. And then we can get the wizard. Alright, and what else was at that stair? Prince Rivet. He's scary. So we're going to avoid him. He's going to have more MR than these other dangerous enemies have had. And he's fast and hits pretty hard. Alright, set up a Petrify here. Sorry, a Passwall Stab. A Phantom's not that dangerous, so I think we'll try to go for this guy first. We don't know what it is, but I don't know. We can find out. It's an ant. Okay, that worked. Something about that that's so funny. We should check this rune robe. At the moment, we've only got a plain leather armor. Okay, I think we're losing 1 AC to go down to this robe, but we're getting extra magic resistance. I think I wouldn't mind having that. Yeah, I think that's right. We're not afraid of paralysis, but confusion can still affect us. Although in saying that, draw out power, have a look. What does it say? Can free you from nets, webs, constriction. Okay, I gotta remember that one. That's useful to know. Petrification, slowness. Well, we can't be slowed, and confusion. So I guess we're not that worried. I don't know. We might meet an earlier Roka, and we don't want to get banished to the abyss. So yeah, this is okay. That is a D7 red ugly thing. Okay, that is absolutely terrifying. It's faster than us, so we can't walk from it. It can do 17 damage plus 24 extra fire damage. So we're talking about 44 fire damage when we have 68 HP max. And we can't teleport because we're a Formicid. So what do we do? Okay, let's see. First of all, can we petrify it? It's a roughly 40% chance. So I think we try that first. Thinking, what else can we do? The other option I can see, I don't want to shaft myself. I just throw that out there now. If you can, use that as a last resort. You can get shafted up to 3 floors, and there's no guarantee that it helps your situation. Maybe we'll land next to 2 ugly things on D10. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna die otherwise, then shaft yourself, sure. But when a situation first starts unfolding like this, don't do it yet. Alright, so our other option that I can see is we could start digging through the wall to go down, and then passwall through the last tile to make space. It's going to get on top of us really quickly. We have a wand of clouds. We could hope that we get a good cloud roll. That might work. If we got a mephitic cloud, which is fairly common when you have no evocations training, that might work. I think let's at least roll 40% petrify, because if we could just land that, then that makes everything a lot easier. And then we can assess from there. Make sure we get the ugly thing, not the adder. 40% chance. Oh, we got it. Okay. Thank you, Rue. Thank you. Don't accidentally get hit by it while it's still slowing down. Look how little damage our stab does to it. Alright, so we rolled well. We rolled extremely poorly to get the D7 ugly thing. Typically, you'd expect to see them more around D10, 11. So that's extremely dangerous to get it early while you're a Formicid. But yeah, we got lucky with the Petrify. This is an Artifact Arbalist. Could have Contam on it, so I don't really want to just put it on, even though we have Remove Curse. But we should test that out. We sacrificed a hand, so we can't use an Arbalist and a shield, but maybe that Arbalist is so good, who knows? Maybe it's plus 10 and penetration or something, or speed. Maybe it's so good that we won't even want to use a shield. I think that's unlikely, but we can always find out. We're going to test this hatch. We can just walk up to an adder. Not so afraid of adders now that we need to worry about setting up passwall stabs on it. The reason I backed up there is because I saw the enemies to the right start moving, so they're awake. I'd rather just fight the ogre on his own first, and then we can worry about what's over there. We don't even know what it is at this stage. Petrified, good. Okay, looks like just more orcs. So not... Oh, and Prince Rivet. The petrified chance on Prince Ribbit is 42%. That's actually a lot higher than I was expecting. He didn't even notice us. I still would rather avoid him, though, until we've done more of the level, so we know that everything else is clear. We've got 51 Wand of Flame charges. That's crazy. Can we cast LRD? We can. We can cast LRD pretty well now. You can use that on skeletons. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that if we don't need to, because it's really loud, so it's going to wake enemies up. My bad. Let's see, potions. /- shows us what things we don't know. There are a few different potions here that we don't really care about. Berserker Rage and Haste we don't care about. Cancellation's not a big deal, because what would you want to use it on in the early game? Probably Petrification maybe, but we have Draw Out Power for that. Yeah, let's go Arbalist. I want to know. It's a +8 electric Arbalist with RC plus, RN plus, Int +7, and it's got random corrode, so that's pretty bad. Oh man, I'm actually so sad that we gave up shields, because this is sick. Yeah, that's an insane Arbalist. Oh man, that's so good. Well, okay. We should be using this as a ranged option over our blowgun, even without any Arbalist training. And believe it or not, I think I would prefer not to train the Arbalist. It might technically be optimal to just use this +8 electric Arbalist as our weapon for the game, rather than relying on, say, Earth magic spells. But I don't know, we're playing Earth Elementalist. I feel like it's more true to the character, which is something that you viewers seem to value. So, I don't know. Oh, there are literally no bolts in this game. Okay, never mind. We can't even use the Arbalist. I lied. A Hungry Ghost. He can't be petrified. He's gonna tax all our food. There's not really much we can do about that. We just have to stone arrow it. Okay, good. We didn't get too punished. Let's pass wall through. Excellent. There's some more enemies up here. They're moving around. This guy isn't though. Can we get next to him? Not really. We can come out here. Nah, didn't work. Oh, tried. And something else there that he's also moving. Yeah, I mean we made a lot of noise. We cast LRD. That alone is gonna wake things up. A short bow. Okay, no. Can you petrify these guys? Yup. 70% chance. Seems good. We can just fight the wizard. We're not afraid of wizards anymore. And here's Prince Ribbit. We've now upgraded to a 44% chance, so... Okay, well we got him finally. Good. We get short blades up to 3. Our stab damage is increasing. More stones. Some of these situations like that where we were fighting plain orcs and things, it would be better to use Sandblast again, but I got out of the habit when we ran out of stones earlier. There's a lot of stuff up there, that worries me. Can we passwall in? We can. It's Pikel. Okay. That was probably not the play. I could have just password back out again and hoped that Piquel wouldn't wake up, but I went for the greed stab, hoping that he wouldn't wake up. Now let's see. Petrify on Piquel is a 62% chance. That's insane. Well, let's... Okay, we missed it. I wanted to go for the centaur first because as we're walking back to the stairs, we don't just want to get peppered by arrows. What happened though is we failed the petrification, but as the centaur hit us, our aura blinded it. And while he's blinded, we can get stabs off, which I probably don't want to keep messing around with because Piquel's running us down. Can we get him while he's in front of the centaur? No. This is actually really bad because the centaur's got shots at us. We've got draw out power, so I'm not extremely afraid. Piquel's got whip freezing. Okay. I think we keep walking. Yeah, okay. I was going to say, we only have to get one more tile, and then Piquel's going to block the centaur. And we'll go up for the same reason. Piquel will remain in the way. Okay, good. And let's not go back down that stair. Or this stair, for that matter. We'll pick a new one. A wyvern zombie. Okay, that's alright. He immediately woke up. Okay, you can petrify zombies. That's good to know. Of course, zombies can't follow you upstairs, so if we didn't get that off, we could have just gone back up. This is an ogre room. Oh, he didn't wake up. We can stab him. Okay, we got him. That's good. And we got a throwing net. That's really good. I'm going to quiver that. Throwing nets are a good way to get stabs off as well, if it's something that you can't hex. And in fact, we can test here. So, oh wait, a longsword's one-handed. Okay, we need to find a two-handed thing. Oh, there's a dire flail somewhere. Yeah, okay. Even though we sacrificed a hand, can we still wield a dire flail? Yes, okay. So this makes me confident that we can in fact use a shield and a one-handed weapon. Okay, that's good. But not shield and arbalist. Oh, okay, here's a buckler. Well, we can find out for real now. It's grayed out. We really can't wear it. Okay. Alright, so the game wasn't lying to us. You actually, in fact, it looks like cannot use a shield. Oh dear, okay. I've been lied to. I've been lied to. Ah dear. Does it actually say it on here? No, okay. Well, now I feel really sad because I feel like I've been cheated out of our shield. So it seems like maybe how it works is if you sacrifice a hand on a Formicid, you just can't use a shield ever, but you can still use two-handed weapons, which is kind of odd. That's not how I would expect that to go. We should get adjacent to the centaur because even if we get the petrify off, while he's slowing down, he's still going to be shooting us. I'm really sad about the oh, and Piquel's coming again. What can we do here? Not a lot. We don't have mana for more petrifies, so I don't want to start walking away from the centaur. He's going to start shooting us again. So what I might do... Okay, we've got the blind off. Maybe we can stab it. No. We can walk away while he's blinded. But I was thinking what I could do before is... If the blind didn't happen, is we could lay down a cone of clouds from our wand of clouds. Okay, so we're going to go back up here and we're going to swap our stair exclusions. And I think we might deal with this next time. So that's going to be it for now. I feel a little bit cheated about that shield thing. I'm I mean, that is, to be fair, what the description said, but I thought basically the way that a Formicid is coded is to, in effect, have 3 hands. So I thought it would just take us back to two-handed behavior. Yeah. Oh well. I guess there's not much to be done but to continue. So I'll see you next time.